Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our virtual lunch break. Sorry for the mishap. There's been some technical difficulties, but we're good to go. So I know so many of you are stuck at home and alone during what would usually be your lunch break. Maybe you can no longer take that Starbucks run, or you just want to get away from your kids. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to spend your lunch break with you. Each week I'll be doing a live stream just like this one during the lunch hour, interviewing someone that I've worked with or that I'm acquainted with that I know can deliver some type of value to each and every one of you. Other entrepreneurs, solopreneurs that have gone above and beyond making their dreams a reality. And keep an eye out for upcoming workshops, such as a virtual free cooking class with an Epicure consultant on May 7th. So some exciting stuff while you're stuck at home during self-isolation. So today we have Trevor, my client and CEO of corporatefilming.net. He's been such a joy to work with, and the work he and his company does is absolutely amazing. I love that they focus on storytelling and bringing company stories to life in beautiful and heartfelt ways. So with that being said, hi Trevor, why don't you go ahead, take the floor, tell us more about you and what you do.
Yeah, first off, then one of the things I learned about growing a business is not have vendors, but have partners, right? And that's something that I really like because you really do help us really get leads in, stay top of mind, all that stuff. So people that are, listening, it's sometimes hard to begin how I got started, but Corporate Filming, we are a national video production firm, and we create monthly videos to help companies drive sales. And that's what makes us different. Monthly videos, weekly videos, and we never charge travel. So for anybody out there that wants to grow their business and just do that stuff, don't nickel and dime. It works in the short term, but you lose them in like the long run. So that's what we really did. So 13, it's the I've never had an
Okay, I think we're streaming again. Are you there?
This is literally, I'm even on data. I can't hear you.
Are you there now?
Yep, I can hear. Even my phone isn't working, so something weird's going on. I'm on data, so
weird. Okay, we'll just keep running with it. Okay.
Okay.
So what was your biggest fear about being an entrepreneur? I know you started when you were really young. I think you're even my age now, so maybe there were no fears back then when you were a teen or something. But what goal did you have to reach in your mind to make it all happen, like for you to push to own your own company?
So I think the one thing that people need to realize is if you try and do $1 million by tomorrow, you're going to be disappointed. Like you just have to set realistic goals. So it's just, that's the one thing that I tell people when they reach out to me is have realistic, attainable goals. So don't try and call 100 people in a day. Try and call 10 people a day for the next 90 days and land your first client within 60 days. And then just have attainable goals. And the thing is, if you wait for perfection, you will be waiting forever.
Yes.
And that's one thing that I strive to tell people. Like we had so many typos on our first website, but we got clients in, right? And that is, nothing else matters except landing clients. So put out a website with typos. It's fine. Fix it later.
Yeah.
Put out PDFs that aren't perfect. It's fine. Fix it later. Just create things now that keep you top of mind. So the advice that helped me scale is I realized I had to set attainable goals. I had to just push content out and not wait for it to be perfect. And lastly, I realized I cannot do it by myself. And that's something that is really hard for somebody to let your first person you hire, you want to handle everything. But the minute you keep taking a step back, taking a step back, taking a step back, that's the only way a business truly scales, is if you hire people that are better than you.
Yep, exactly. Yes, that's the same for me. I mean, I thought for so long that I could do everything myself. And what I ended up doing was just keep taking clients and upon clients upon clients. And then I was feeling overwhelmed and I realized I can't do this by myself anymore. So that's something I always preach is outsource, outsource, outsource. And I actually took my own advice this year. So it's been life changing.
I would love to add to that. I would love to add to
Yeah.
that. Outsource, but delegate definitive tasks.
Mhm.
So you can't just say email people. It's email this list by Thursday and say this. So that's the one thing about delegation that I'm still trying to work on,
Mhm.
is if I didn't define the task, then I can't get upset if the task is done wrong. So
Right.
that's the one thing. Over define and realize that the first person you hire is not going to be this person that is doing everything that you want, because hint, you didn't tell them what you want. So it's
Right.
like it's actually, I laugh because my first worker, who we still stay in touch, I would just tell her vague things like reach out to venues. What do I say? How many? The minute I defined it, I said reach out to 10 venues a day, say this, and get on a vendor list every week.
Mhm.
We started to just get on vendor lists because I defined it. So.
Right, exactly. Like I always write my own content, but when I give it to my VA, I'm like, schedule it here, put it there. You know, I don't just tell her, oh, write about this certain topic or something and just have her run with it. I make sure to handle it on the back end before I push it off. So,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah. So I know this is a topic that's been on everyone's mind, and so many of us are probably feeling the fatigue that because we've been seeing it all over the media, but we still just can't stop talking about it, and that's COVID-19. So tell me, how are you handling COVID-19? What it's like in California where you are, and how you and your business are kind of pivoting your marketing to overcome it.
Yeah, so COVID has affected everybody. Unless you're Zoom or Slack, whose sales have increased 200% because everyone's from home, your business had to pivot, right? Your business had to pivot. And so with us, what we are actually doing is we are realizing that we can work with a leaner team.
Mm-hmm.
The expenses I thought we needed, we don't actually need. The software that's $300 a month, can I just hire somebody to just manually do that? It's just, COVID has affected us. Any business or CEO that says we're thriving through COVID, they're just like lying. So one of the things that I have learned is also to be transparent with my team. Like, hey, we've been hit, but these are the moves that we're going to be making. And on top of that, the partners that have asked us to pause payments, we are actually still making content for them, because I want to be a partner to them so that they realize we're not just about your money. I still want to help you thrive. So with COVID, I really believe the businesses that make it through COVID are the strongest businesses, because they realized they had their backs against the wall and they thrived. So I like how you said the word pivot.
Yeah.
Because it made us realize we have 3 tiers of packages, right? And I'm very transparent with them, right? Most of our films are 10,000. We have some people paying us 50,000 a year for ongoing video films. And I realized, could we lower that price in 2021 and help double the amount of people? And the answer is like, yes. So it made us realize to pivot a little bit. It's actually a good thing, because I'm such a fan, Crystal, of if I can't control it, I don't even think about it, right? Like, I can't control the economy shut down. All I can control is the moves we are making right now. So to kind of put a wrap on that thought, anyone out there, if you can provide a discount, if you can provide, honestly, a free service that maybe costs you a day to do something, that will get spread around that company. And that once all this is over, you will be top of mind because you did something and didn't charge them. So
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I love how you guys like are creating the system where you're still providing services for your customers, even though they might not be paying right now. So that means a lot, and that'll go very far in the long run.
yeah, exactly.
So I know you've talked about, I've seen in some of your videos that you've been putting out on YouTube and obviously on your website, but I would love to hear from you. Like, tell us why people should be creating videos at a time like this. I know there's so many different marketers, you know, people that are marketing their business right now that are just like wanting to put everything on hold. And that's obviously the worst possible thing that they could do. So why do you think they should be, you know, creating videos instead?
Yeah. So I think now more important than ever, we as companies, salespeople, marketers, we have to have empathy going into why companies are saying no to us, right? It isn't a no because we have a bad service. It's just a no because they can't afford us and they're cutting payroll by 50%. Some restaurants, 95%. So their video marketing budget, their marketing budget is non-existent. So to answer your question, what people need to create is content still about how they are helping their staff, helping their consumers through this time, right? So an example, whether you use us to make a professional video, we'd love it, right? But more importantly, I want to give knowledge and advice to people and say, go post pictures of your dog at your house. Go Facebook Live once a week, just like how you're doing, right?
Yep.
And just talk. Because whether there's 3 people that watch this or 3,000, that's still 3 more people that heard your name that day. And I think businesses get sucked into, I want to go viral and I want to get an ROI from every piece of content or every piece of blog post I make. But sometimes the ROI is not there, and that's okay because you're just staying top of mind. So for example, some content people can be doing is go Facebook Live at your restaurant or at your business and just say, hey, and just do a tour, right? Or get a customer testimonial on Zoom, right? And tell them, and tell them, I'm laughing, and tell them and ask them to do a testimonial about how your service helped grow their business, right? Don't stop content. Even if you spend a half hour a week on creating blog posts, creating content, it's still helpful, right? That still keeps people top of mind.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Don't stop.
Yes, I love that. I always preach to be consistent. Consistency is key. And like right now, I'm at a point where I used to write blogs every single week, but now with COVID happening and everything, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, well, I don't really know what to write about. So then I came up with this idea, why not just do Facebook Lives for right now? So I've been trying to get into the mode of being consistent by doing 1 or 2 of these a week, and it's giving me content that I can be writing about later on. So I'm still trying to use this time of self-isolation to kind of improve. So when all of this is over, I have somewhere to go with it. And I'm being present in front of people. So yeah, consistency is key.
Yep.
So for everybody who just joined us live, I think my mom's watching. So I wanted to give a big shout out because I spent like 20 minutes before this trying to explain to her how to watch this. So hi, Mom. So this is Trevor,
Hi,
my
Mom.
client and CEO of corporatefilming.net, and we're discussing how he's handling COVID-19 for his business and what life is like as an entrepreneur. So thank you everyone who just joined. So I know this is something you talk about all the time, which is being a storyteller. So tell us what it means to be a storyteller, how you can make your brand more personable to your audience.
Yeah, so being a storyteller is so important, right? So being able to tell a story and not just talk about the services that you're selling is so important, because if every piece of content, and we fall into this trap also. Buy now, discount, we drive your sales, we fall into that same trap. Our most engaging content is one where we're just talking about our story, for the love that we have for video. Me at 13 filming with my dad's camera, and me saying I've been loving film since I was 12. It's just, now there's an emotional connection, and I feel like a lot of new entrepreneurs think that price is the only thing that will help them win a deal, and it's just not the case. It is so much more than that. It's, yes, it has to do with price, of course, but I would say honestly that's probably only 50% of why a deal goes through. The other half is the salesperson, right? Is if people don't like me, for example, if I didn't actually like you, Crystal, you would not be doing our post. It doesn't matter how good of a blog writer you are, right? So that's, people have to like Trevor because I'm the sales guy. Our business will not grow. So being able to tell my story and how I was a nerd in high school, how I used to stutter really bad, to now that I don't, and I own a business, and it's now a story. So being able for a company to tell a story is so important. So the two tips I have for people that are kind of not knowing what content to create right now, just talk about your story. Talk about the love for what you do. Don't mention discounts. Don't mention call me tomorrow. Just talk about your love, and don't expect your phone to ring off the hook. Do that weekly, monthly, and you will just stay top of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So what other projects are you maybe currently working on or plan to work on this year in your business? Is there any big projects that you guys are currently working on, even during this time of self-isolation?
So we have a couple of clients on our subscription model, and this is why I'm so excited, because we pivoted our business. We used to be weddings. Now we don't touch weddings. We only help corporations create monthly content. So our subscription people, we're still making content for them, even though we're not filming because we have past content. So a lot of the content we're making are very COVID type videos, such as we are here for you. We are here for you. Leadership going on Zoom calls and us creating it into this professional marketing film, right? But what we also recommend people to work on is your team videos, your team posts. Like, take this time to flip the lens around and talk about the love for what you do. That's what we are actually doing. So we are launching employee spotlight blog posts, which you helped us out with. Thank you. We love them. We also did employee spotlight videos on film. So now when I say, hey, I'm Trevor, I'm the sales guy, by the way, I'm going to pass you along to Autumn because she's in charge of our videos. They're like, who's Autumn? I've had 20 calls with you. What do you mean? I go, don't worry. Here's Autumn's story, and here's how she helps us. And it's just Autumn. So being able to focus on the story will really help companies right now, and that's what we recommend.
That's awesome. I love that. And it was so fun writing those spotlight articles. I feel like I know each one of you guys personally. It was so
love that. Tell them that because I was like, please do this. And they did. And I loved it. And you saying it right there just makes it all makes it all, because for me to think that someone's going to book us because they saw our employee spotlight video, it's not going to, it's going to be a touch. It's going to be one of the 10 touches it takes to close a sale will be one of those. So I love that, because my goal is to humanize businesses, but also humanize us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that was a really great idea, to humanize and make you all seem more personable. So that's awesome. So I know you are a triplet and you love to play soccer. I know this from your Spotlight article. So what other things do you do for fun outside of work?
So yeah, I mean, you kind of nailed it. I love to run at the beach. I love to referee college soccer. That's something else I love to do. And I love to read. Any entrepreneurs out there, like I am completely self-taught in marketing, business management, leadership, because when my business really took off into 2014, I was reading a book every single week. So I fell in love with reading. And I just told myself I didn't want to be that kind of boss or manager that acted like he knew everything, but actually was terrible at his job. So I really try and learn as much as I can. So one of my favorite things to do is like read. In my new apartment I'm getting next week, I'm going to get this little reading nook that overlooks out the like ocean. I'm going to sit there and read. So it's kind of funny, because in school I didn't do well at reading, like, and memorizing. But the minute I actually wanted to learn from it, I love it. Like, I cannot wait to open up a book. So
I love that. And that sounds so nice. I would love just a reading nook on the beach. That would be so perfect. I love it. So
right.
when all of this is over again, we can finally travel, do so simple things as to like just going to the mall. What's one thing you plan on doing that you've missed the most?
So I love my job. I love working. I love reading, but I also love like a fun night out. So I'm going to go out with my friends in Hollywood and just catch up with them, wake up, get brunch. That's what I'm most excited about, because I am an extrovert and being inside is making me crazy. So, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out, see people, talk to other humans, and just get back to that.
Right. I love that. Yeah, I was just telling Shane, my boyfriend, the other day, I was like, the one thing that I want to do when all of this is over is go to breakfast. I just want to go to breakfast somewhere.
A restaurant.
Yes,
I was talking.
in a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like restaurant. Man, the idea that people serve you, that sounds cool. Like, I forgot about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So awesome. If anyone has any questions for Trevor or myself, please comment right now so we can answer them live. Otherwise, we'll answer them as soon as we can after the interview. In the meantime, I wanted to have some fun, ask you some rapid fire questions, and you have to say the first thing that comes to mind. So,
okay.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would it be?
Paris.
Ooh, Paris. And what is your favorite type of food?
I almost said DoorDash, because I order DoorDash a lot. Wow. I want to say ice cream.
Okay. That
Ice
counts.
cream. Yeah.
Love it. And what is something that you've done that you think everyone should do at least once in their life? This question might be a little more difficult.
Travel.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds so simple, and I'm only 30, I know, but I see all these 21-year-olds, and I spent a lot of my savings on travel. So a lot of my siblings have houses, and I don't regret that for a minute. So travel, have adventures, don't be stuck in your house, because it honestly goes by so fast. So spend time outside of the house, go on adventures, spend money on traveling the world, because COVID, you never know. Will this happen again next year? We don't know, right? So spend time doing things that you're being adventurous at.
I love that. Yeah, travel would be my one thing that I would suggest everyone do. It's something that I hold true and dear to my heart. I travel as much as I can, and this, what's happening right now, it breaks my heart because I'm just stuck.
Yeah.
But so the next question, what is your favorite type of drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
Honestly, vodka Red Bull, which my mom hates because she's a nurse. And my favorite drink is randomly, it's so good. It's at Starbucks, the ones that are open. It's a cloud macchiato.
Oh,
So it's the caramel, so like the caramel macchiato iced, but it has half the calories and it's very foamy. It's really good. Really good.
interesting.
I'm craving
Have to
that right
try
now.
that one.
Yeah.
And lastly, what is your favorite city or country?
I mean, I just go back to Paris.
Yeah. Have you ever been there before?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I keep going back to it. It was so fun. And I was supposed to go back this year, but that's probably not happening. So
Right. Awesome.
yeah.
Well, eventually, maybe next year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us during this lunch hour. If there's no further questions, then be sure to follow Trevor and the corporate filming team on social media. We'll put the links in the comments. And stay tuned for next week's interview with Catherine Evans, the social selling maven, and another one of my dear clients. So stay healthy, everyone. Trevor, stay on for a minute.
Yep. Thank you.